Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to the first video of 2025. I have not posted in a very long time. It's been about 8 or 9 months, I think. That is mainly because of my reading slump. I was in such a bad reading slump last year. I only read about, I think, 12 books last year. I definitely didn't read one book every month, but it was a bit, yeah. Videos didn't really make it past filming or editing at all. So I kind of just gave myself like a massive break because I didn't want to force myself to read for videos. And I just basically gave up on doing wrap-ups and stuff because there was no point in doing it. So I have stopped doing that in general. I think I'll just update in like vlogs / reading vlogs, you know, books that I've been reading for like the past couple months and stuff. We are going to be doing a 2025 book reset. I was just gonna do a normal reorganizing video because my shelves need to be reorganized, and I bought more books while I was away. I went to the US and I bought books in New York at Barnes & Noble. I went to Barnes & Noble for the first time. I went to 3. First one I didn't buy anything, the second one I bought 2, and then the third one I bought I think about 5 books. Ta-da! These are all the books that I bought. I've already read this one. I finished it on the plane yesterday. Let's turn this way. Let's get good lighting. Do we want good lighting? We want good lighting. So essentially what I want to do today is I'm going to take all my books off the shelves and I'm going to separate them. So physical... What? Like I was just saying, I'm going to separate the books. All the physical books on my TBR I'm going to put in a pile. All the books that I read I'm going to put it in a different pile. I saw Destiny Sidwell do this. She made a Notion page for her physical TBR and I was like, I need to do that because I would like to keep track of the books that I'm actually reading on my physical TBR. I am reading the books, but I just buy a lot and don't end up reading them until like 2-3 years later. Sometimes not even then. They still haven't been read. There are quite a lot of books actually, but I thought it'd be good to keep track of my TBR. And then I want to create some other stuff for reading this year, which I'm going to do. I'm also going to maybe unhaul some books as well. I do have a row on my tall bookshelf at the very bottom of books that I'm going to sell. They're all on my Depop, so if you're Australian and you want to get some books, you know, secondhand books, you can go look at books that I've listed. It is quite a bit. I just don't see myself either 1 reading these books, or 2 I read them and I just didn't like them and I don't want them on my shelf anymore, or I just have extra copies and I don't know why I bought them. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to organize all the books and put them wherever, and then we're going to go through the Notions on my computer. I did actually already make it. It's small. I haven't really done much with it, but I've put books are going to go on one side, and then on the other side it's going to show like activity, and then on the very bottom can you see it? There's count, and then there's like a tally, I guess, complete. So I've got count how many books are going to be on my physical TBR, and then how many books I have read from that TBR for this year. I just really need to be organized this year. We're going to organize these books. I think I might start with this shelf because it's a bit smaller and I'm on this side already and I can't be bothered turning everything around, so I might do that. These books are going to go on a pile. So these are the first 5 books on my physical TBR. I've got like about 100 more to go. These are all the books on my physical TBR. There is actually a lot. I am surprised though that I do actually have a lot of books that I've read. There's a whole pile at the back. It makes me so happy to know that I've read so many of my physical books. I'm now going to go through all these books and see which ones I'm potentially not going to ever really read. Like, I don't see myself reading it. There are quite a few that I know that I bought and I was like, I'm going to read it as soon as I get home. Like, I am so in the mood to read it. And then I just never read it, and now I look at it on my shelf and I'm just like, I don't think I'm actually gonna ever read this. Maybe at the time, but not anymore. So I'm gonna go through those. This is a very serious question. Okay, can someone please tell me if this series is actually worth reading and completing? I've read the first book. I did not really like the writing style, and for some reason I didn't really like Juliet. I started reading this one and I just could not continue. I think I got maybe 3 chapters in. I don't really know how to explain it. I just really didn't like the diary entries and stuff, and it just made me not really like her much, I guess. The only character that I really liked is Aaron and Kenji. So I don't know if it's worth it. I know people are like, once you get to Ignite Me, you will absolutely love the series, and once you continue after that book, you will love it. And I'm like, I don't know if I want to continue with the writing style and to get to the 3rd book. So someone try and convince me, please. Because I feel like I've just bought like a whole box set for nothing. I only have a couple books that I'm a bit iffy on. I don't know if I'm gonna read them or not. I'm gonna probably sell this one because I do have the other edition of this. I don't need 2. I'm not gonna read both of them. So the Atlas Paradox, I read the first book when it was indie published. I did like some of the characters. I liked where the story was going, and the writing style is beautiful. I just felt like the world wasn't really properly developed for me. Some things as well confused me in it. It felt like there was either plot holes or some things got a bit boring. It just felt like some things were missing, and it was just a bit of a struggle to get through. And I don't know if I want to continue the rest. I bought this just in case if I wanted to, and I wanted to go back, because I did buy the published version of the first one because I heard that there were changes that were made. I don't know if I'm gonna pick it up again. It just felt like a very complicated world, and I was a bit like, oh. I did like the premise though. I did like what it was supposed to be, but yeah, very nice writing style. I just don't think I'm gonna continue it. Boyfriend Material, started it, didn't like the writing style. I'm a bit iffy, you know. I haven't heard people talk about this, and I looked at reviews and people were kind of on the same page as me, so I don't know. This version of Some Kind of Perfect, I already have the indie version and I don't need this one because I'm not going to read this one. Carry On, I mainly saw people make fan arts on Pinterest, and I saw these two and I was like a gay couple, a gay fantasy couple, and the fan art was freaking cute as hell, so why not just get it? A Little Life, I feel like this is going to need a lot of brain power. It needs me to be emotionally stable to read this, because I know that this book is very heavy. I don't know if I'll be able to read it. The last one is The Song of the Mart. I don't really know why I picked this book up. I saw it once and I was like, I'm gonna get it, but it was like nothing that I can remember from it to make me want to buy it. Maybe I'll keep it, maybe not, I don't know. I don't really see myself reading this. Now we're gonna go through and write down all the books on my physical TBR. That took me a very long time to do, but I'm done. There are 134 books that I have on my physical TBR. I just added the Game of Thrones books. So these are all the books that I have. I have added a status here. Basically, if any of these books that I'm reading, I can put as reading for in progress. If I did not finish the book, I put it as DNF, or if I did finish it like completely, then I click on done. And then obviously if I haven't read any of the books, it's just going to say not started. Very happy about that. I did actually catch 2 books in the pile that I already have read, and I put them with the other pile. The other pile is over here. The lovely, lovely pile of books that I have read, which is a very great pile. I'm very happy. What I'm going to do now is we are going to start organizing everything. I think this is just going to be like a whole time-lapse thing, but what I do want to do is I do want to take these down. If you can see them, they're little like fairy lights, but they are so annoying and they keep coming off and I have to like tape them back, so I'm gonna take them off. They look really nice when it's nighttime, very like aesthetically pleasing, but it's just really, really annoying that it keeps coming off. To do a bit of a transition for the book cart, because I'm not even gonna think about this. I'm just gonna put the books on there. Ta-da! For the fantasy shelves, I think I'm just gonna keep them the same as they were before because I really liked how they were set up. I think some areas I'm gonna change around, but it's not gonna be too much of a difference, I guess. This book on Depop actually because I have the hardcovers. It's chunky, but I would rather read this than this. Like, it's very small, and I do like big fantasy books in hardcover. I think that's just something that I've grown to love. Big chunky fantasy books I will get in hardcover because it's good when it's floppy, but at the same time, because it's so big, I would rather it be hardback. You know what I mean? Does everyone know what I mean? Anyways, I'm gonna continue. I've finished this side. We're gonna move on to this side. It is hot as hell, but I'm done. It feels though very nice to reorganize and put the new books in their places. So it looks really, really good. But I'm gonna give you a quick tour of what the shelves look like and the sections and all that stuff. We start with obviously the LGBTQ books. I love putting them together because I feel like they just look so nice and sometimes they're really colourful, so I really like that. And then you go on to romance books. These are some books that I really enjoyed. I just put that one with Love and Other Words because it is the same author. Then we got some more romance books. I really don't know what to do with this. I think it looks okay for now. Over here we have our murder mystery and thriller. I really love this shelf, mainly because Anna Lorraine Warren are on my shelves. I didn't know they had Funko Pops, and of course I had to buy them. This is one of my new books, Sweet Pea. If you haven't watched the show, go watch it. I have heard that this is pretty different from the show, and it made me want to read the book even more because it sounded very like unhinged, but it sounds very unhinged but good. And then we've got more books here. These are books that I did enjoy. I always do books that I love, and then towards the bottom it's just books I'm like, good, I'll keep it on my shelf. Then we have the book cart. The book cart is looking a little bit smaller, I guess, mainly because all the books that are on the bottom over here and right here are the ones that I am selling on Depop. You know, if you're interested in any of these books, go straight to my Depop. It's in the description. Anyways, back to the cart. It is looking not really empty, but like there's less books. And then we move on to the fantasy shelf. So obviously we have the Serial. I really don't change this like at all because I like the way it is. And then we move on to the rest of the books. So we have basically sapphic fantasy books all here, which I absolutely love. And then we got my new Legendborn versions. I love the cover, like look at that. Look at the sword, it looks so cool. And then there's some more books right there. And then we go into more. And then we got these ones. And then we got these ones. And then we got dystopian, the very small dystopian area. I'm pretty sure Red Rising is dystopian. I don't know if it's fantasy. I might have to check that. That is all. My camera is about to die. The second battery is about to die. But we did good. I think it looks really good. If anything needs to change, I'll change it. But I'm pretty happy with the shells. I think they look really good. Oh, I put When the Moon Hatched back on my nightstand because I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna continue it. I hope you guys enjoyed. I cannot wait to see how many books I read on my physical TBR. I really hope I do get through quite a few. Fingers crossed I don't get into a reading slump again. I really hope I don't. If I do, I'm gonna cry. Anyways, I will see you guys in the next video.